Hey everybody, how's it going? Aaron Rift here from NoDQ.com. Welcome to a very impromptu live stream. I was not expecting to go live tonight, but we have some significant breaking news in the world of WWE. And for tonight, right now, I'm being joined by Big Baller G of NoDQ. We might have some other people chiming in throughout this live stream. I did invite various members of the No DQ panel. We have the chat room. Shout out to everybody in the chat room leaving your comments. Stephanie McMahon has resigned from WWE. She tweeted out on Tuesday night an official resignation letter sent to the WWE universe, talking about her leave of absence and then having the unexpected opportunity of a lifetime to become the co-CEO and chairwoman of the board of WWE. She praised Vince McMahon, her father. She praised Nick Conn. She praised her husband, Triple H, said that they will all continue to keep the company moving forward, basically. She said WWE is in such a strong position that she has decided to return to her leave of absence with her official resignation. She said that she will be looking forward to cheering on WWE from the other side of the business. When she started as a little kid, as a pure fan, she said she'll remain dedicated to WWE. She loves the company, so on and so forth. And she closed it out with the WWE phrase, then, now, forever, together. And we do have some more participants coming into the chat room tonight. We got Josh Mansfield and Walter Cruz with us. So guys, you're just tuning in. You all know the breaking news. Stephanie McMahon has resigned from WWE. Vince McMahon has been unanimously elected as the executive chairman of the board. That's right, Josh. So I'm going to get everybody's opinions on this. Instant reactions tonight. This news literally just broke about a half hour to an hour ago. Big G, your reaction to all this.
Crazy
was this something
stuff.
You were expecting? Were you expecting
No,
this?
not really. You know, me and Josh were just both doing the sports show, and I was going through Facebook, and I was like, Stephanie McMahon resigns. I was like, huh? So I look at it, and I read it, and then I think Josh sent something from Vince McMahon thanking Stephanie for everything and naming Nick Conn the CEO of WWE. You know, when Vince retired back in last year, we thought that was the most weirdest thing to happen in the wrestling business, because we all thought that Vince would die in the WWE ring, or, you know, die doing what he loved. Well, here we are, beginning of 2023, and, you know, we've heard WWE was, you know, Vince wanted to sell WWE for the longest time, and here we are. Like I said, it's the 10th day of January, and there was a whole list of potential buyers, from Disney to NBC to the Saudi Arabian government. You know, and in my mind, you know, Stephanie was thinking, well, my dad's back, you know, well, I guess I'm going to leave again. So, and I, you know, she's got a family too. She's got 3 daughters that are growing up and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So, I mean, good on her. And Marshall Leonard, he said, is Triple H on his way out? No, he's not on his way out. He's still going to be the head of creative and whatnot. He's going to do his thing for now, you know, and we'll see what happens. And then I was talking to my group chat with my buddies, and one of them was saying we could see WWE sold here like in the next 6 months, to be honest. So that was my reaction. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, we'll see what happens in the next couple months with WWE.
I mean, it's going to be a very interesting next couple of months.
Right.
We're just 10 days into the new year.
Right.
10 days.
Right. Didn't you post something on NoDQ.com that there's going to be legal actions against Vince for forcing his way back onto the board. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's lots of drama, and this is far more entertaining than what they actually put out there on television. If only we had this kind of drama on Monday nights.
I'm not gonna even talk about it. Oh my God.
Yeah, we thought 2022 was a newsworthy year in wrestling, and we're just 10 days into the new year. This is wild, guys, and it could just get more hectic. Josh Mansfield, what's your take on all this?
Fuck!
No.
I need a drink. This is, first off, I think you have to notice, Stephanie resigned before they voted Vince back on the board, back as the chairman. She needed to resign before they could do that. She didn't resign willingly because it's not like she's going on a leave of absence again. No, she quit the whole company. She quit the whole company. I doubt it was willingly. At least from what I've seen, just less like 4 days ago when they had the employee meeting, Stephanie said nothing was happening with, the upper management. That was all business as usual. 4 days later, she's out, and Vince is back in by unanimous board vote. Like, this is it. Vince is doing a coup. He's doing a coup of his own company, forcing his way back in to sell the company to someone not Triple H or Stephanie, which is who should be owning the company next. Like, this is ridiculous of that. And the fact that the board literally wrote to him on December 20th telling him, we do not want you back on the board. And then Vince just pushes it in anyways. And the fact that there was also announcements of legal ramifications and a lawsuit against him for doing this. Like, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that he's forced now all of his family, his immediate family, out of the company. First Linda, then Shane, now Stephanie.
Jeff Meacham.
First of all, Linda left on her own accord to go run for government office. Let's not throw everything at Vince's feet here. Seriously. Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi. We were on Subway Sports Bar, and Josh is like, breaking news. I'm like, okay, let's breathe. We'll get there. I'm sure Aaron will go live. So yeah, it'll be okay. But
I need a drink.
For real, I'm still gonna do Talk Wrestling Tie at NXT, boss. Just to make that clear.
Better fix your audio.
Why is it really bad?
It's pretty staticky.
Yeah, it sounds static. I thought it was my internet service.
No, I got the stand headset on. I'll borrow a headset from Jay or something. Okay. I'll be really surprised. I mean, like you said, Aaron, 10 days into the year, everything looks so good, but the minute I saw the news report on No DQ about him trying to get back in and being back on the board, I'm like, TikTok, just like, what's his name? Killer Cross. It's TikTok. Sure enough. So yeah, I'll go into a whole bunch of my details about it and my thoughts about it, because Lord knows I've got them. I'll talk about it tonight on Talk Wrestling after we cover New Year's Eve over on the network. But man, I'm honestly surprised she flat out resigned. I'm not surprised she was going to go back on her hiatus, because that was the whole plan, earlier last year when Hunter went down with his medical stuff, and she was going to step away, and she did. And then she couldn't because her old man was getting in trouble. So it just it sucks that, it seems like she's been compelled to leave. But at the same time, like you guys said, she's got the three girls, Hunter's health is whatever it is. So, if she's going to be home doing the mom thing, then good for her, I guess.
Now, Jeff, do you agree with Gary Joe's comment that WWE is in trouble? Their stock is very high right now, and there's all the talk about the sale. WWE could be making a lot of money from this sale. Do you think they're in danger?
I think danger is a relative descriptive term. And what I mean by that is, how do we define the danger? like, is it in danger to us fans as, oh God, he has to be in charge of creative. He is still, according to everything that's come out today, Hunter's still in charge of the creative content. Nick Khan's just running the business side and Vince is running the board. So as far as we know, wink, wink, Hunter's still creative guy. So from that standpoint, I don't think they're in trouble. I don't think the fans need to worry as much as we seem to be. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out because, Virtue, and I agree with him on this point, the stocks are always doing well and they seem to be doing better with Vince back on the board of directors as the executive chairman right now. So if you're a stockholder, you're loving this shit because you can sell at any time and just make that money. Right. So I don't think the company's in trouble. I think that the public perception of Vince McMahon could lead to trouble if he gets any further stranglehold on the company. And I'm sorry, my audio's so shitty. I'm hearing it now. So sorry.
No worries, Jeff.
Anyway,
before we get back to you, let me get to a few super chats here real quick.
Well, I actually need to go because we're going to produce the NXT show, so I have to go. So
okay, any final thoughts you have?
Just tune in tonight after NXT. Well, I'll talk all about it. I promise.
All right, thanks for chiming in, Jeff. Have a great rest of your evening.
Yep, we'll see y'all at 10 o'clock.
All right, sounds good. So that was good old JM Jeff Meacham. All right, let me get to the super chats. Gareth Smith sent in $10. Thank you for that, Gareth. He says, "I up, lads. It's 1 a.m. here, UK time. Not going to sleep. What a start to 2023. Sad and dark times ahead in WWE. Wish Stephanie McMahon the best." And I think we can all agree on that. Wishing her well. And it's a shame because she was apparently well liked and people had a sense of optimism when Stephanie Triple H took over after Vince left. And now with Vince back, reports coming out that morale is starting to decline again. We definitely wish Stephanie well. Thank you for that, Gareth. And Seth Wallens sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, "Vince's return is a sign we are truly in the end of days." Well, I will tell you this much. We said it a long time ago. We've been saying it for years. Vince McMahon would never be gone from WWE until he died. And I think that's actually how it's going to be. He will somehow, some way, be a part of the company. And if the company gets sold, he'll make sure that he still has a key role in the company until he's dead. I really think that's how this is going to play out. Everybody's initial prediction, I think, is how it's going to play out. Vince will have some kind of role in WWE, and is he bulletproof? Like all these accusations, every controversy, he seems to rise up. He is like the Undertaker. He sits up. Every time you think you finished him off, whether it's the leg drop of accusations or pedigree, he gets back up. He keeps coming. He won't stay down. He is like John Cena. He is the John Cena of businessmen. He never gives up.
We did all call it. We definitely said he was not going to go away for long. We knew it.
Right. And Ty Marshall sent in a 10 euro super chat. Thank you for that, Ty. Says, "I got a bad feeling that Triple H is next, and Vince McMahon is going to bring back his idiot yes men like Johnny Ace. If that happens, God help us all." Yeah, imagine that. All right, Walter, I want to throw it over to you right now. So what are your thoughts on all this, your reaction to this? Were you surprised? And what do you make of the future of WWE?
Yeah, I'm definitely shocked. I really think maybe she don't get along with her dad and she didn't want to get in his way. Now that he's back on the board, it wouldn't have been a unanimous vote. If she had her vote, she would have probably voted no. And then the perception would have made her look bad. So she decided to resign. I really think that's what it is. Or there's some behind the scenes thing where they're getting all their stocks together to get to sell the company, and the McMahons or the Levesques get their money, and then they're out of the business or whatever they're going to do. But I mean, she's been in the business her entire life. She literally was born into it. I mean, at some point you got to take a rest. I mean, we talk about Vince taking a rest. He's been in it 40 plus years, but she's literally like her whole life. At least Vince was an adult and bought it from his father, and she literally was her entire life. So people deserve a break. So we don't know what's going on with her. Like some of the super chats did, and the chats hope all the best for her. But I hope she wasn't forced out. I hope this was her own choice. I mean, she can say what she wants publicly, but if she was forced out, it'd be a shame. But just definitely put some steamroll into the selling thing. If we thought it was just a rumor, it looks like reality now. We can see all the dominoes falling in place to make this sell.
Dr. Dakota Scorpio sent in a $5 super chat. He says, if it wasn't for the bloodline story and wrestlers like Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns working for WWE during the last decade, I would have stopped watching WWE. Do any of you agree with that sentiment, or do you think that there's still some positives in WWE besides the bloodline? Big G, I mean, what's your take on current WWE?
I mean, he makes a solid point. Like, the bloodline story has been a thing for the past year. And, like, watching Raw last night was okay up until the Judgment Day came out, and Dominic talking about being in prison, and then Corey Graves going on a commentary. Oh my! I could not watch that tag team turmoil match because of Corey Graves last night.
Really, that was the best part to me. The whole thing.
I can't stand Corey Graves. I can't stand Corey Graves. But yeah, like, if it wasn't for the bloodline, I don't. You know, that's the hottest thing in WWE right now.
Josh Mansfield, this has been a lot to process. What do you think will happen with the product over the next couple of months? We have a lot of talk about a potential buyer. Do you think it will just be business as usual? Do you think Vince McMahon will somehow regain creative control in WWE? And this is all a big part of his plan to eventually gain full control like he had before.
If Vince gains creative control again, there will just be an entire riot. There will be a riot.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, let's be honest. It was already reported that talent are very, very nervous and will go public with that if Vince gains creative control. If Vince was smart, which he's not anymore, let's be honest, he would leave creative alone and just sell the company and go away.
I think that's what I think. To rebuttal there, Josh, I think that's what his intention was, and I think Vince wants this. I think I'm giving Vince the benefit of the doubt here. Honestly, the only reason he wanted to come back was to sell the WWE. I don't think he wants anything to do with creative. He knows it's in good hands with Triple H right now, and once he sells WWE. I mean, he'll still be on the board of directors, but like, I don't think he'd have any say in creative and all that stuff. So I'm going to give Vince the benefit of the doubt and say that he won't take back over creative.
Here's the thing. The fact that Vince would rather come back and sell the company to get his own way instead of, he's selling it to some big corporation instead of, selling it to Stephanie and Triple H, like, should happen, is just the absolute peak of vindictive pettiness.
Yeah.
On every level.
It is petty. That's super petty.
Because, right, we've all said Stephanie and Triple H should be the new owners of WWE, not some stupid corporation.
Yeah, I tell you what, if Vince finds his way back into creative, you guys remember that storyline where everybody came out and they disapproved of Triple H and they walked out on him? That might be real life with Vince McMahon. It might be something like that.
Won't happen because there's a lot of money and there are plenty of wrestlers that were perfectly fine working for Vince McMahon and collecting that big paycheck.
To say that, with Triple H and Stephanie, maybe they didn't want to own WWE. Maybe they.
I doubt that.
People are like, there's no chance Vince gets creative control again, but I don't think anybody could have predicted this whole story to begin with.
We'll see by Royal Rumble if
I'll tell you what, when the day comes, if the day comes that we start getting DQs again and repeat rematches over and over again, then we'll have to start wondering what's going on here, if Vince is really back in control or not.
And what's the shame is we were all looking forward to the first year of Triple H's fully in charge for a full year, and then 10 days into the year, boom, this happens. It's like he can't get a break.
All right. Psychojet Black sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Says, if Triple H is kicked out of WWE, would he join AEW as an on-air character and join their creative, or buy NWA to compete, or retire altogether? I think you would have to ask him that question, but I mean, that seems kind of a long shot. But Walter, what do you think?
Oh, go ahead.
I was like, what do you think?
I don't think so. I don't think he'll. Even though all this happened, he still has respect for his father-in-law. There's still a family. I don't think he'll go against them like that.
What do you think, Big G? Do you think that's true?
I think he's just gonna retire altogether. And I don't know how true this was, but I saw something that Tony Khan had made a comment saying that he was looking very closely at the sale of WWE. So there could be that potential of Tony Khan buying WWE.
Oh God, that's disgusting.
God.
I doubt it, but I mean, this is wrestling. It's crazy. Anything can happen, right? I mean, you just don't know at this point. Now, TJS sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. He says, in the Jesse Pinkman voice, he can't keep getting away with this. He does not wish ill on anyone, but maybe CM Punk was right. WWE will be better off when Vince ... And you all know the classic line.
The rest of it,
But then he did say it would be run by the idiotic son and daughter-in-law. That's the thing.
And
the daughter and
the daughter resigned.
Yeah.
Now, what do you guys? I think somebody wrote it in this or super chat or not. But do you guys think that Stephanie was forced out by her father, or she wanted to just leave on her own terms?
I mean, who knows what's going on behind the scenes? There's a lot of stuff we probably will never know about that's been going on between Vince and Stephanie. The skeletons in the closet. There could be a lot of things that Stephanie knows, and maybe she just felt like she has to step away from this, and it's too toxic. Josh?
That lockbox from Shane?
We never got a resolution to that, did we?
No.
I don't think we'll ever know the full truth. It's always going to be some kind of...
We will not know the truth until Vince McMahon is gone. And gone.
I mean, you think
But even then, that'll only be whoever's left's truth. We won't know how true it is because he won't be there to stand up for himself.
I mean, you guys think that the AEW all-out brawl, all the legal ramifications, how they can't talk about stuff, like, imagine that tenfold. I think that's what's going on here with Vince and Stephanie and the whole corporate structure of WWE. There's so many things behind the scenes happening that we're just not going to know about. I mean, these press releases, Stephanie's statement, all happy-go-lucky, everything's great, wishing everybody well, you know. You know they're just putting on a front here, and there's got to be more to this, and we probably will not know even half of all the details.
Exactly.
Definitely, like I said. No, go ahead, Josh.
Go
ahead.
Oh, thanks. I was going to say, especially with what was reported about how the employee meetings went. The fact that Stephanie at one point used the word animosity in referencing Vince returning and changed it to angst. Like, she's not happy. The fact that she did say things at the top would not change. The structure of Stephanie Nick would stay the same. Then 4 days later, she's gone. That's not a willingness. When you immediately tell employees everything is staying the same, nothing major, there's going to be no major shakeup, and then this. That doesn't sound like a willing step down when you've just told everyone there's not going to be any change. It sounds like Vince used his shareholder powers to oust her so he could become chairman again.
Oh, man. Seth Wallen sent in a $5 super chat. He's got a theory. Daniel Bryan will be looked at as the next Hacksaw Jim Duggan in 20 years from now. take it or leave it. What does that even mean?
What does that mean? I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's like the most random.
I mean, Jim
Most
Duggan
random.
was a great American hero. Is that going to be Daniel Bryan 20 years from now?
The great American dragon.
The great vegan of wrestling, maybe.
Huh.
I guess that's the super chat, but other than that, I have no idea what you mean.
Yeah.
Hep Connell sent in $2. He says, "Is Triple H the new fall guy for bad ratings?" I mean, I think he was the fall guy for NXT's numbers, not being able to
Yeah.
beat AEW's numbers. But
I mean, the ratings haven't been that bad. I mean,
No.
they've been
Ratings have been
they've been
good.
steady.
I mean, they've been doing okay, and SmackDown has actually been doing very well,
Yeah.
all things considered.
Especially
So
with the bloodline.
I think it just comes down to power, and Triple H is fighting for that power. Vince is fighting for that power, and they're all family, but they're one big, giant, dysfunctional family. And people think WWE is screwed if Triple H is the next one out. I mean,
I don't think Triple H is going to leave, honestly.
I want to say no. He'll still be around, but this year's crazy. I cannot say with confidence that he'll still be around a year from now.
Me neither. He might get burnt out. Who knows? And just be like, I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Yeah, right.
And who knows what other scandals come out. Like, there's so many different ways this can go.
I think that there's going to be more scandals coming out because of the fact that shareholders have already they got an email today, apparently, that, you posted, Aaron, that they are preparing to sue for this. The fact that they did not want Vince back, Vince forced it anyways, they are going to sue. It's just ridiculous on every single level. And
Wait, who's going to sue?
What?
Who's going to sue?
Well, I didn't. Shareholders. The shareholders are
Okay.
all going to sue. You can check out the report on No DQ that Aaron posted earlier in the day before all this crap came out. And I know, if I may, John Alba tweeted, earlier, like about a half hour ago, that he heard from several wrestlers the past 10 minutes alone before that tweet across multiple companies, dismayed that Stephanie resigned. General consensus for them is that it's bad news for the workers. And like everyone is very much, it's been a very bad morale day from all the wrestling news media reporting on this.
Yeah, it's a significant day in the business. And Dr. Dakota Scorpio sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. It says 10 days into 2023 and WWE already has a mess backstage.
Yeah.
Very true there. Thank you for that. Psycho Jet
2023 is definitely trying to
super chat. Yeah.
2023 is trying to top 2022 already. Definitely.
Well on the way. Psycho Jet Black says, seriously, I'm in another continent visiting my grandfather only to be bombarded by this crazy news. I do wish the best for Stephanie McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is one of those where were you when it happened moments. Like, you remember where you were. Do you guys remember where you were when the Vince McMahon retirement was announced?
I remember waking up
right here at home.
Yeah, I was right here and on the review right after.
Yeah, it's like
yeah. Didn't we do the review and then like Vince retired or something like that?
Yeah, that's typically how it goes. We do our live stream and then right afterwards something breaks. I was like, we're not waiting until Sunday to talk about this. We got to talk about it when it's hot off the presses, so to speak.
Get you those views.
Absolutely. And thank you to everybody watching this. If you're enjoying this discussion, you like these types of videos, please give this video a like and consider subscribing at youtube.com/AaronRiftNoDQ.
We have 203 people watching right now.
225 according to mine.
225. Okay.
At NoDQDOTCOM. If you go to youtube.com/@NoDQDOTCOM, that'll take you to the YouTube page also. Dwayne Atkinson says, I'm waiting for Karrion Kross to bring the mask back now.
Oh, Lord.
I mean,
Vince isn't creative if we see that again.
Well, that's another thing too. People are wondering if Vince gains enough power back and starts making decisions, will the people that got rehired, will they be fired again? Will Bray Wyatt be right back out the door? Like, this is wild, man. Triple H brought back all of these people that Vince got rid of. What's going to happen now?
The SEC better do something quick. That's all I got to say.
All right, let's see here. Adrian sent in a very generous 20 euro super chat. Thank you for that, Adrian. I appreciate it. He says, Vince owns the company. He can do what he wants with it. If he wants to sell it to the highest bidder, e.g. Saudi's good for him. Steph ratted out her own man. You don't turn on your own flesh and blood. Karma. That was quite the opinion right there from Adrian. Josh, what do you think about that one?
First off, no, just because you own a company doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. There are still legal ramifications, illegal things he has done, laws that he has broken. That's, again, why he had to retire and resign in disgrace in the first place. Because, again, sexual misconduct, financial misconduct, rumors of sexual assault, etc., etc. That's why the SEC is still investigating all this, and they are going to be going after this hard. And it's sad that I think you noticed when the whole Vince McMahon returned to the board a few days ago, the board member who was in charge of investigating Vince resigned. He knows how bad this is going to be. This is going to be very, very bad for the company and its image in general.
If you own a private company, then you can do what you want to do. But when you're public and you got shareholders and stockholders and the public to answer to, then no, you can't just do whatever you want.
Do you think Vince will try to take it private again?
There's been talk of that's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
I mean, definitely a lot of possibilities as to how this is all going to play out in 2023. But at this point, I'm expecting a sale to happen. And as we mentioned earlier, probably within the next 6 months, we are going to have a sale, and then we'll see where things go from there. But you have to think that Vince will not sign off on a sale unless the company that buys it is going to allow Vince to continue being in charge. And that's going to be a condition for the sale to happen. So we'll see.
Either way, a toast to Stephanie McMahon.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Donald Long Sports Channel sent in a $2 super chat. No comment, but thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. And Mr. Block Ice 22 sent in $5. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Says, you and I both know Vincent Kennedy McMahon is unleashing his lethal dose of poison. It's all that he wants at the end of the day. He doesn't care about anyone's opinion, money, and power. Yep. He's an alpha male.
I don't know. It says a lot when your daughter resigns after you come back. There's something we're missing here. I'm telling you, it wouldn't have been unanimous if she stayed on there. She would have had the one vote no, and to save embarrassment, she resigned. Something like that had to have happened.
Oh, I still doubt Triple H voted yes. Or maybe he voted yes just to maintain his creative control.
Is he on creative control? Is he on the actual board or just in charge?
He's on the board. He is on the board of directors. He has been before he became chief content creator. He was already on the board.
Well, you have to keep in mind that with fans and with the people in corporate, it's all the same thing. It's all about politics. People say things. Fans say they're going to stop watching. People in corporate are going to say they'll quit. They'll walk away. And some might. But at the end of the day, the wheel keeps on turning. And in the corporate realm of WWE, people like their jobs. They like being paid a lot of money. The WWE sale potentially means a lot of money for a lot of people. Nick Conn looking to get a big payday and many others. So Triple H is going to go with the flow, I think. Triple H is going to try and play nice and try to do what's best for the WWE business as a whole. And Vince is going to be making his moves. And at the end of the day, Triple H can only fight it so much. he's going to have to toe the line and follow suit and hope that things will work out in his favor in the long run. But yeah, it's all a lot of politics and a lot of games being played. Let's see here. Dan F sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you, Dan. Says, will this affect Roman Reigns' title run and the WrestleMania main event? Probably not. I think they got their plan for WrestleMania, and I think Vince would sign off on whatever plan they have one way or another. Like if it's The Rock, if it's Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, I think Vince was fine with either of those matches, same as Triple H. So yeah, I don't see any changes in that regard.
Aaron, are they splitting the tag titles? Because they kept saying this turmoil is for the Raw titles. Like I noticed that.
Really?
I'm like, are they splitting them? Yeah, you didn't notice that they kept saying
only.
Raw. They didn't say undisputed. They kept saying Raw title, Raw title,
I
Raw title.
think this from the storyline. It is for the Raw tag titles, and I believe
Really,
I read something earlier, like storyline wise, that Adam Pearce wants to get rid of the Usos off of Raw.
Oh, because if you look at it too, at the end, Usos only held up the Raw titles. They didn't hold up the SmackDown titles.
The match was formally said just for the Raw tag team titles. And I believe there is a rumor that the plan is of how they're going to get the WWE title off of Roman is with the Usos and Solo keeping on invading Raw each week, but eventually Pierce is just going to say, okay, you keep doing this on behalf of Roman Reigns. He's stripped of the WWE title.
Yeah, I mean, they could do that. They're trying to get the title off of Roman Reigns, apparently, and that definitely could be how it plays out.
Correct, Ryan. No, I'm not.
You were happy with Triple H. You were happy with the way things were going these past 7-8 months.
He's still in charge of creative for now. Please, dear Lord, let it stay that way.
Better do some extra praying tonight, Josh.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're going to have to make up for the rest of us, especially me. So keep it going.
Caitlin helps me out with that one.
I'm on the same boat as you, Aaron. So yeah, for me too, he's gonna have to do it.
You're gonna have to pray for a lot of us, man. All right. So anybody want to add any other thoughts on this before we wrap it up?
Not really. Just like we'll just reiterate, like everybody said. Hopefully, we'll see what happens in the next 6 months.
2023 is definitely exciting. I know that.
Yeah, definitely not a boring year as far as wrestling news goes. So if you want to know the latest, head over to NoDQ.com. You can read the official press release that was sent out by WWE, as well as Stephanie's comments. And any further updates will be up on NoDQ.com. Thank you to Big Baller G, Josh Mansfield, Walter Cruz, and good old JM Jeff Meacham tuning in earlier. You guys real quick can plug your stuff. Josh, what do you have for us?
Follow me on Twitter at CatholicJosh122, Instagram MangoMangram, and you can find my articles. I will hopefully be having a Man So It's matchups coming up soon for Royal Rumble, and we'll see what else I can get out in the meantime. In between then, and this is going to be a crazy year for wrestling. If 2022 was crazy, this just started off even crazier.
Walter Cruz, what do you got for us?
I am on Instagram at Cowfire Farms. You can follow me. And I'm also on Twitter at Walter Alex Cruz. That's it from me.
All right. Thank you for that, Walter. Big G.
Yeah, NoDQ.com/BigBallerG takes you to my Twitter at BigBallerG1988 on TikTok. And follow NoDQ.com on TikTok as well, folks.
Thank you for that, Big G. And following you, got you on there. So, yes, No DQ is on TikTok. And quick plug for good old JM Jeff Meacham, not Meachin. It's JeffMeachamNetwork.com. And he also has Talk Wrestling every Tuesday night after NXT, which is on, by the way. So I'll let everybody go so they can watch NXT. I mean, yeah, there's an NXT show. Weird that WWE would put this out on a Tuesday night, and now all the attention is away from NXT. Not that there was much attention to NXT to begin with, but still, you would think that they would pick a different night to announce this. Maybe do it Wednesday night. Like, that would have been entertaining. Imagine 1 hour before AEW Dynamite, they announce all this.
Oh, my God.
That would have been funny. So
do it on a Sunday right before the review.
Yeah, that would be much appreciated. But anyways, guys, Thank you all for tuning in tonight. And again, subscribe at youtube.com/AaronRift no DQ. Follow the Cleaver Colin Andrew at nodq.com/Colin. Great guy. We love him. He's been moderating the chat for us. Take care, everybody. And remember to say yes to nodq.com. And we'll see you all next time for more.